Hi, my name is Taylor Lane. I am 22. I am based in Austin, Texas, and this is Financial Audit.
Okay, so 22 based out of here where I am. Perfect. So what are you doing for a living here, Austin, Texas? Could be college age depending. So
I did a semester of culinary school just to kind of try something out. I graduated right as the pandemic started. Mm-hmm. So there was kind of like a chunk of time where I couldn't go to college. And now I'm learning that that was more of an excuse for me than anything because I realized I didn't really want to go. So I'm not really doing anything career-wise. I'm more just doing jobs. You know what I mean?
What are the jobs you're doing?
So over the past couple months, I've had maybe 4 or 5 jobs. So I was working at...
Couple months? Okay.
Yeah. I was working at Tiff's Treats doing cookie delivery, and that was really great for a while, but I guess with the recession and stuff like that, people are just not into...
Not getting cookies?
Yeah.
I love Tiff's Treats.
They don't want to spend $60 on cookies anymore, so they stopped giving me hours, and every job I've had after that, it's kind of like they'll promise me full-time hours, and then I'll get my 22-hour work schedule, and so I've kind of been bouncing around because of that.
So what are you getting consistently right now? Also, sorry, I forgot to scrunch my hair. I'm getting bad at that. Scrunch.
The curly girl lifestyle, I get it.
So yeah, what are you getting like now?
Like paychecks?
No, like what are like the consistent-ish amount of hours you're getting with Tiff's Treats?
So I still technically am employed there, which means that I have to work like a minimum of 1 shift a month. So I'm not really like working a lot with them.
So you're doing 1 shift a month?
Well, I'm doing other stuff, but also I'm doing 1 shift a month. So I just got a new job at the Austin Pets Alive, and I'll be starting on the 17th. So I haven't started yet. So I'm kind of in between things right now.
You're mentioning 2 places I like so far, so that's
okay,
awesome.
Great.
I like Austin Pets Alive, and I love Tiff's Treats. Okay, so what is your job going to be there?
I'm going to be a cat foster specialist. So I'm just going to be doing a lot of computer work, like trying to get the cats adopted. So it's really just on the computer. Okay.
And what's your hours going to be on average? What's the pay going to be?
So it's going to be 11 to 7, Thursday through Monday, something like that. It's going to be full-time hours.
Interesting.
And it starts at 15 right now, but for new hires, it gets bumped up to 17 after like a month and a half of working.
Then we're just going to put you at 17 because a month and a half will fly by.
Okay. And then I am also doing a little bit of Uber Eats driving.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Well, you're doing that now while you don't have an income?
It feels hard to get a full-time income from Uber Eats driving. I guess if I was doing it in like downtown Austin, then I would be getting more.
Depends the area. Where are you doing it?
I live more, I guess I don't want to say where I live.
No, just like how far from like town do you live?
It took me about 25 minutes to get here. So I live in a less populated area.
So why don't you drive to a more populated area?
So specifically the one-way roads kind of scare me because I've had multiple delivery driving jobs over the past couple months, and every time I go downtown Austin, I feel like I drive the wrong way down a one-way road.
You just get used to it though, right?
Used to almost dying or
or how the roads work.
See, I feel like even if I have the map up some way, somehow I'm still getting honked at or almost dying.
All right. Well, so you'll be at, if we're doing consistently 40 hours a week, which who knows, you'll probably take some time off here and there, whatever. Consistently 40 hours a week, times that by 52 weeks, divide that by 12, and average $2,946 a month.
2,900, you say?
Yeah, before taxes.
Oh, before taxes. Yeah, that sounds right.
Once you're at $17 an hour.
Okay.
So you've been doing Uber Eats now. How much have you been bringing in?
So I've done it maybe a handful of times total. Only the first time I did it was a couple weeks ago. So,
okay.
But
so what are you doing? How long have you not been like doing anything for money?
A couple of months.
Why?
Well, so I'm in a unique situation, and that unique situation is my boyfriend has a really good job, and there's 5 of us as roommates, so the rent is really low. So like,
why does your boyfriend's job matter though?
He is an IT guy at AMD.
Cool, but why does it matter? He's your boyfriend. He's your husband.
No, I know. He specifically wanted to be mentioned. Josh, this is for you. He paid for my rent for 4 months, and then this most recent month, I've paid for my own rent. But he has been a cushion for the for the time.
Well, if Josh gets a shout out, then I get the shout out that you should hit the subscribe button, because you should. We're trying to get to 500,000 subscribers. So, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a situation.
It's not the best one, but it's the one that we have.
We live with a lot of people.
Yeah, so we've lived with 5 people, counting myself, for 2 or 3 years now. But this October, our lease ends, and we're trying to have it to where it's just me and my boyfriend and a different friend. So it'll go down to 3 of us.
So you did a semester at culinary school. Did you do any other college? Okay, why'd you decide not to go to college?
Well, like I said, I graduated right before the pandemic hit, so I didn't get the chance to for a long time.
That doesn't make sense. Everyone was going to college still.
Well, but I did online school during high school, and I just found that it didn't really work for me because I wasn't able to learn. I just wasn't able to. So I didn't want to pay for it to go to do online.
Very reasonable.
I really like to cook, but I think I just couldn't see myself doing it forever. I didn't want to lose my passion for it by making it my career job.
Are you good at cooking?
I would say so.
Yet you did not bring any food.
I know. I didn't bring cookies. I didn't bring food.
Interesting. Works at Tiff's Treats. Doesn't bring cookies. Likes to cook. Did not bring food.
Works at APA. Didn't bring a kitten.
Yes. Come on. Okay. Well, how would you describe your financial situation in your perspective right now?
Not a lot of numbers. I would say it's like I just don't have a ton of money at all going in right now. Like the bills that I have to pay specifically are my car and my car insurance. And I've made sure like I haven't missed any payments on those.
I didn't get a statement.
It should be
okay, well, I may have just missed it actually, I think. Yes, because it was sent in a separate email. Yeah, I forgot. Okay.
Sorry, I did it all separately to like make sure you could tell which one was which.
That's okay. Okay, so we'll look at that. Dang it. Okay. I thought we might be able to talk about a... Okay. All right. So do you feel like your boyfriend's enabling you? Because you've just chosen not to work these last few months. We're just like, we're not working. We're not going to bring in any money because guess what? My boyfriend's taking care of my rent.
Absolutely. If I did not have him, I would be in a different situation.
How do you feel about that?
Very grateful towards him, but also...
How do you feel about yourself, though?
Not so great.
Yeah.
I do have... I think my big problem... I came here and I was promised by myself and to my boyfriend, because he's a big fan of yours. He was the one who showed me your channel in the first place. He said, no excuses. So I have to be very honest. I'm very bad about if a job starts to either not give me very many hours or if it starts to just make me really anxious. Because I think I have a bit of like social anxiety. So sometimes jobs just like fill me with a sense of dread.
Do you see a therapist?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you'll see that in the statements. Okay. That's one of my few expenses.
Well, I support it. That's a good expense.
But I'm really bad at just kind of cold turkey, like stopping a job whenever it starts to really overwhelm me.
So that's been something that's happened quite a lot.
Yeah, I think that contributes to why there's been so many different jobs over the past couple months. But Tiff's Treats was the last job that I had that I really, really liked because I was mostly alone in the car driving, and it was good money when people wanted to. Okay. When people wanted to buy cookies.
Well, I'm good with quitting a job and getting a better job when they're not giving you hours. That's fine. That's something you got to work with. The other part, the social anxiety part, is something that we just, that's just you got to work with when it comes to your mental health with your therapist. That's not something I'm even close to qualified to talk about. But, I mean, everyone knows I'm a big mental health proponent, so that's good. That's just something you have to work on.
It's the specific job I'm speaking of. It was a serving job at a spa resort. Yeah, and it was just a bunch of mean rich people. And a lady yelled at me and I cried at work. And I was like, I'm just not going to come back to that one. That's the one I'm speaking of specifically. Okay.
So your checking account started with $342. Ended with $258, so less. $3,273 came in. Let's see where that came from because you don't job.
It may be me and my boyfriend and some friends are going on a New York trip next month to see my dad. And so
is he paying for your New York trip?
He's paying for a lot of mine, but my friends are sending me their portion and I'm sending it to him. So that may be
You are very lucky for this boyfriend situation, because I would be all over you if you're spending all your money doing this when you don't have a job and we apparently have debts and stuff like this. Okay.
We planned the trip a long time ago when things were looking up a little harder, but things are looking up again now.
Well, when you do a trip, when you plan a trip, you have the money to do the trip, or you don't do the trip, or you don't plan the trip.
True.
That's how it works. That's how monies work. Okay. Well, yeah. So you don't have a job. Boyfriend supports you, yet we go to Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
So all right. With the first one, we're going to start. Go ahead.
So a lot of times you'll see a lot of Cash App payments from my boyfriend. Either he will give me his card and I will go and drive and pick up food, or he will just Cash App me for it.
What is this? Why is he giving you so much money? It's like a sugar daddy situation.
Listen.
What is happening here?
He likes to eat out, and I don't always have the money to eat out. So our little give and take is that I'll be like, I'll drive and get it and bring it home, and he'll pay for it. I'm not like begging him for it or anything. He'll just tell me, like, take my card and go do it.
And I'm good with that. Like I say, when people are trying to get out of a situation, I'm like, okay, you can't spend money on fun, but your significant other can, or you go on a date, or you can have free fun, whatever, like that. What I'm just concerned about is that this stuff is happening. He's contributing to help support all this, and I'm good with support for a temporary time, especially in like a crisis of any kind. But it looks like you just haven't gone out and gotten the monies in a city that is hiring a lot of people for, retail, service, anything. Not necessarily that you'd want to do that, but you could do it temporarily while trying to find a job that works better for you.
I have put in
an enablement of some kind.
Well, I do just want to say he's definitely not 100% enabling me. Like I said, he was the one who had me come on this show. He does not let me forget about my debt. Like he's not helping me just like, oh, like, don't worry about it. I'll pay for this. I'll pay for that. He is constantly, can I say a bad word or no?
Yeah.
He's constantly on my ass about the money situation, about the job. He really doesn't let me forget it. But
is that healthy? He's only your boyfriend.
I think that the way he does it is healthy.
Well, either way, I mean, let's say this. Chick-fil-A, the Nora, the Epidemic Sound, the Chipotle, the Canva, some other stuff, H-Mart, that can sometimes be the restaurants, that can sometimes be grocery shopping, but we'll just say that.
H-Mart is always grocery shopping for me.
Okay, Photonic, Hobby Lobby, Tunic Southside Subs, Spotify, McDonald's, GoDaddy. Is he paying for literally all of that, or is some of that just you?
Not all of it he's paying for. So the GoDaddy, I actually tried to file a chargeback, I think it is, because I don't remember buying that. So I tried to dispute it. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
And then like the Canva and the Epidemic Sound and stuff like that. So I always had like wanted to be a YouTuber when I was younger. And now that I haven't really been working super steadily for the past couple months, I've been like spending a lot of my free time trying to do that. What kind
of content are you making?
Just like lifestyle sort of stuff.
Do you have a channel? Mm-hmm. I'll link it in the description below. And hopefully I'll remember by the time this video is uploaded to actually link it.
I'll comment. Don't worry.
Sure. Okay. Well, okay.
So I'm trying not to just have a bunch of time.
But all the eating out was all taken care of? All?
I would say 90% of it.
Okay. Because you really shouldn't be doing anything that isn't taken care of, to be clear.
I think, like, overall, I really don't spend a lot of my own money.
Okay.
A lot. My name is on my mom's credit card, and I'll ask her.
There's no money to spend.
That is very true.
There's debt to pay off, but there's no money to spend.
I have actively been paying off the debt.
The money that's come in, I mean, another thing that sucks, you gave some, you put some in savings, and originally I cheered from it. Then you took 150 back out, then you took 50 back out, then you took 250 back out, then you took 20 back out. You're just transferring from savings like crazy, 31 back out. Well, why are we even putting money in savings if we're just taking savings out?
So there are some payments that come out of my checkings account, so I have to take it from my savings to my checkings for it to be taken out of it. Does that not make sense?
Say it again.
So a lot of my automatic payments, like my car payment, I have it set up to my savings account.
Well, stop.
I can't take it out of my savings account?
That's stupid. That's not a savings account.
Oh, I guess so, huh? Maybe it's not my savings account. Maybe it's my bills account.
I don't have a bills account.
I don't think I have a savings account.
It literally says Chase Savings.
I don't think I use it as a savings account, I guess is what I
Well,
mean.
then just use your checking for everything. This doesn't make sense. It's a hard way to organize things. But either way, we started with 237 in savings, 1,157 was put in, and then 1,072 plus an additional $10 fee taken out, ending with 312, a little bit more. But this isn't savings, and you know it's not savings.
I suppose it's not, huh?
No, there's no purpose of this.
I think I used to have 3 accounts.
So I'm not seeing it go to anything else. And also, there's a limit to how many times you can withdraw from savings, and you're paying an additional $5 because of that.
Am I really?
Yes, you're just putting money in, taking money out, putting money in, taking out, not tracking it, and we don't know where it's going.
I see.
Okay. Will you stop that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Should I make 2 checkings accounts then?
Why?
Well, it helps me know like what money is for bills, what money is for gas, and like what money is.
You know what that's called?
What?
A budget. If you budget, this is what goes here, this is what goes here, this is what goes here, then we're okay with all the money just coming out of one account. You know, you don't have to overcomplicate it. If you create a budget, you don't have to have different accounts for every little different thing.
Okay.
It's okay to have different savings accounts for different goals, but don't overcomplicate it. Just make a budget, and that's clearly what you need to have, because guess what? We're going into debt.
I tried to download Mint, but I'm just a little bit confused about it.
Yeah, sometimes there's a little bit of a learning barrier.
It's not really user friendly.
It is there's just a learning barrier. Once you get over it, it's better. I used Mint for a long time, but either way, we do have debt.
Yes.
So why, in general, would you not be working at all, not driving Uber Eats even more? You don't have to come downtown. You can just get into a more populated area. Why are you not doing anything these last few months, having boyfriend take care of rent and all these other things, and you're still spending money, a good amount of money on groceries? We could probably audit your grocery bill, honestly.
We spend a lot of money. I like to cook.
Yeah. So why are we doing all that when we have an Amazon card balance, another credit card balance, and apparently a car loan? And additionally, what are we doing if we're trying to pay off this card, which was at $1,155? We put almost a $500 payment towards it, which was great. But why in the world $161 of purchases on a card we're trying to pay off? What's even the point?
Was it really 161?
Yes, 161.
Damn.
With interest charge of basically $20 and a new balance of $840, making slow progress when we're purchasing on a card that's accruing interest. Why not just do that from your checking account if you're going to do it? And guess what? It was bullshit anyway. It was Ulta. It was parking. It was Chipotle. It was a lot of groceries from H Mart. It was Amazon. It was Juiceland. It was Amazon. And then it was Amazon.
I guess to me, whenever I do just a small payment, it doesn't sound like that much. But whenever you say 161, it kind of...
So the little payments, you mean? Yeah, they stack up. That's okay. Yeah, that's what a lot of people struggle with. They really do.
There was a period of time where I wasn't carrying around this card, and same with the Amazon app in general. There was a time when I won't have it downloaded even on my phone, but I think I kind of go in and out of the self-control when it comes to that.
Okay, well, if you know that and you've self-diagnosed that, then delete the app, cut up the card. You're not a credit card person. You're carrying credit card debt, and you're not working to get rid of it. So you just don't use credit cards. That's okay. You can use the Fizz card that we talk about, and it helps control spending on specific categories if you want. That's linked in the description below.
A Fizz card?
Yeah. So I partner with them, and I can set you up with that afterwards, essentially. But it can work to help build credit, and it can work to help help regulate your spending on certain categories and things like that, and meet your goals. And you can use that instead of going into stupid credit card debt and maintaining your stupid credit card debt that is losing interest.
Okay.
This doesn't make sense that we're just doing this. $50 this year, and this year's barely even started, and you've lost $50 and you have no job on interest from one of your debts.
Is that the Discover card you're talking about?
No, this is the Amazon card still.
$50 in interest?
Interest lost already.
So the Discover card was a balance transfer from the Amazon card at first. So there was a lot. Does that make sense? There was a lot more on it.
So there was more on the Amazon card?
So I didn't really know a lot about credit cards, and I worked at Whole Foods, and all of us, because Amazon owns Whole Foods, we were all getting the Amazon credit card, and it was a fun little thing. And I didn't realize how fast you could get into credit card debt. It was the first time I'd moved out on my own. It was stupid.
Yeah.
Everything I bought was stupid.
It is.
So it happened a lot faster than I thought it would. And I don't ever want this to happen again. I'm never going to get myself just like another credit card.
Cut up your credit cards.
I only got that one for the balance transfer because it had the 0% APR.
Yeah, you only got this one for the balance transfer, $22.63 of purchases on it within this last month. I only got it for the transfer, but let me go ahead and swipe it.
I don't think I ever swipe it. It's all online stuff.
Well, stop. You're still using it. It makes no sense. You balance transferred from a card, which you still hold debt on it. And we came in here $2,539 of a previous balance, put $61 towards it, which is only the minimum monthly payment, and then $22.63 of purchases. What's the point of even doing that? With fees charged of $41. What's the point of any of this?
I think the point is eventually to have no credit card debt, but I don't think I'm working towards that point.
Clearly not.
Very well.
We need to get you to that point. We'll talk about that, but clearly not.
I think I've spent a long time denying it, and that's why I'll do little small purchases on it because I'm like, oh, I can do this. It's fine. But I really have not been spending a lot recently on them, because I have been opening the accounts and looking at the balances a lot more, because I think I tend to just not look at them and just not really worry about them in that sense. But I know that they're there, and I have been trying to take more accountability with the balance, because also the 0% APR is ending at the end of this year, and so I'm trying to make a plan to actually get rid of it.
It's not about the fact that you're not spending a lot of money right now, and I'm glad you're at least looking at it, because that's the most basic thing someone could do.
It's the fact that it's not being paid.
But you're still spending money. Not even that it's not being paid fully, but you're still spending money on it. We're not making progress if we're still spending money on something. And at this rate of not working or might leave a job immediately, this will hit its interest. This will hit interest by the end of the year. And yeah, they're Apple subscriptions. You cancel them or move them to your checking account. I would cancel them because you can't afford anything right now. You're in credit card debt.
When I was making the statements, I don't know what those Apple things are exactly. So I'm going to go and I'm going to try to reverse them.
Clicking about 3 buttons within your Apple ID. So
does it let you just cancel them without actually talking to a person?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, getting the charges removed.
You can
if I don't know what they
challenge them, but I don't even know what they are. See what your subscriptions are. And either way, on the Prime card, we're doing all the Amazon purchases. We're shopping a lot at H Mart. We're having Chipotle, Ulta, parking, and Juiceland. We can't afford this crap right now. This doesn't make sense. We just can't do it. So even if it's less than you were spending before and you're looking at it now, woo, congratulations. But we can't do this right now. Can't do any of this. Especially when you don't have a job.
I will say, at very least, I am willing and committed to like having a plan and sticking to a plan.
Good.
Also, because my boyfriend will roast if I come on here and then I don't listen.
Kinky.
So, I suppose so.
Well, this is the part of the video where I make sure you understand how this is. And then we can talk about a plan and hopefully be somewhat optimistic. But this, right now, you're leaning completely on a boyfriend that might not always exist, because boyfriends don't always exist. Without him, your life is, well, I mean, what? Go back to the family, if that's a possibility? It's what?
It always will be a possibility for me to lean on my family if I need to.
So lean. That's your life right now.
Well, I never have had to lean on them too hard.
I know,
but I could.
That's... Exactly. It's all this backfall that you have.
Well, he has made it very clear that I need to make a change so we can be more like equals. Or there's going to be a larger, less fun conversation.
How long have you guys been together?
3 years. And we've known each other for 6 or 7 years.
Marriage in the picture? Probably not before this is taken care of?
Probably not.
Okay. So this is a let's get our shit together so we can start building a life together type of situation.
We actually are in the process of creating a 3-year plan for like ourselves and our relationship as well. So this kind of coincided like perfectly with that happening. It is a very big topic between us, the money. So it's not allowed to be forgotten anymore. And if I didn't have him, I probably would just try to deny it and not look at it, to not have to feel the feelings associated with it. But I don't want to be like that anymore. So like, I am willing to change.
Good. That's what we need to hear. That is good.
You found the CarMax
put
one?
a path forward. Yes, I have found the CarMax. Financed through CarMax. So we have $13,350.87.
So we are also currently trying to get me switched to I say me because me and my dad. So my dad got a loan, I guess, and what he wants to do is have me get my car appraised and traded in, and then through some way. We called the CarMax people. It can happen. I'm probably just not
sure, but what are you talking about? What? He has a loan? Does he have this loan? Is this his loan or is this your loan?
No, this is my loan. He got a separate loan.
For what? It's his. Listen, what's the loan?
It's a car loan.
For?
I'm not 100% sure on how it's supposed to work. I've been a little bit confused about it, but I'm supposed to take my car to get appraised, and then we are going to trade in my car for a cheaper one. Because at the time I was doing my TIF's job, so I had to have a car, and the car I had before this died on me. So I felt like I didn't have a couple $1,000s that I could have just bought a little crappy car. Yeah. But I don't think I realized
he couldn't do whatever he's going to do now, and the loan's going to be his loan, so he's going to own the car? Very confused. You're trading it in for his loan?
I think I'm also confused about it. But all I know is that we've spoken to CarMax people and it's allowed.
No, I'm sure it's allowed, but they're not going to give you a good value for this car. CarMax never does.
No,
of course not. Compared to private sale and what your car is actually worth? No, not at all.
Yeah, the goal right now is just to try to get a lower monthly car payment.
Yeah, your car payment... $312 for someone that doesn't have a job, very bad.
At the time, it
Total
felt really
balance,
doable.
$13,035 or $13,350 at an 11% interest, which is death. What is your credit score?
I just looked at it the other day. I think it's 720 or something like that. I did just look at it, and
I don't know what kind of car loan you could get today. I don't know what this dad's situation is. I don't know what his credit score is. I don't know its relation to you. How are you trading in yours for him? It's very odd, and I don't. Someone might know in the comments, just hearing what you're talking about, piece it together to like what it actually is that's being discussed. But right now, it sounds like an interesting situation.
I just know that he's trying to help, but I just don't really understand like the logistics of all of it.
Well, why can't you just get yourself a job, and and just pay this off? $13,000 in the grand scheme of existence is not an insane debt. The 11% actually sucks, but 13% on a car, and it's a Toyota something. Like it's a reliable car that you have here. It might not be the car you want to get rid of in terms of cars to get rid of.
I didn't know at the time that you could go to used cars, like older than the one that I got, and still finance it. I thought that you had to buy it outright. So I thought at the time, because I got this car a little over a year ago, I thought that CarMax was the only like option for me. And I went with my mom because my dad lives out of state. I don't think my mom knows a whole lot about car stuff either. So she was like, let's just go to CarMax.
What's the mileage on it? Best guess. How many miles are on the car?
My boyfriend talks about this all the time. Maybe it's like 50. It's good, is what I hear from him. I just don't remember the exact number.
Okay. Color?
It's red.
Doesn't really matter, but just going through the whole thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a decision that I regret. I wish that I would have just got the crappiest car on the lot or gone to a different lot.
You have a reliable car here, the Toyota Corolla, as far as I understand, for cars.
So you think it's not something that I should work at?
I'm checking its worth. Damage anywhere? Exterior, interior?
I don't think so. Maybe there's like a scratch or like a dent on the side. Nothing super noticeable. I think I went through this exact same thing just a couple weeks ago, and it was estimating me just a little bit less than what I owe on it currently. But I guess you're saying you don't know if they always actually will offer that much.
I'm seeing about the worth of the car. Private sale. This is private sale. You could probably get 13, 14 for it.
But I don't think I'm able to like take it away from CarMax, am I?
They don't own it. Well, it's a weird situation. But what you could do is you could sell the car, pay off the loan with the car, or with the money you get from the car.
Okay.
If you wanted to.
So there's other options, I guess, that I could take.
Yes, but well, if you trade in, they're probably going to try to get like 10 for it, which means you're going to have to come up with that extra $3,000. I don't know their offer. I don't even necessarily know why you're doing it 100% because the interest rate on whatever loan you get, I highly doubt it's going to be much better.
Really?
Yeah, and then you're probably trading in a relatively reliable car with great mileage on it. I'd rather just work your butt off, get a job, which you are getting for $3,000 a month before taxes, work your butt off and get out of the crappy situation and then have a better life. That's where I would rather be.
Okay.
But I don't know the whole full situation of what you're talking about. But private sale is probably better, and then paying it off with that. Using a little thing that you have extra, save up some money and get a beater car, except you probably have to drive to Austin Pets alive. So you need a car immediately. Maybe this loan situation, I'm not 100% sure, is the interest rate going to be better? Or are you going to be getting a car that's not as reliable as this? Which usually happens if you have to trade down. And oftentimes it's a good case when they're in really bad car debt. But this car debt is something I think you can relatively manage with a loan.
Okay.
Your after-tax income, I'm going to guess, is going to be around $2,500? $2,500 on a monthly basis?
Probably about so, yeah.
So of the $2,500, the car payment is pretty high for that income. We don't want it to be higher than 8%. Money guys love you. And, yeah, that's about 12, 13%. So maybe you do trade down. Look at that situation. You're going to have to assess it. Assess it. What's your portion of rent going to be?
It's about $470.
That is incredible for the area. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's because there's 5 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Our little commune.
Utilities that you have to pay?
Less than 100 total. Maybe like $70. That's my guess.
Including internet and all that good stuff? Okay. Gas that you're driving around. $100, $200? What are we looking at?
A month?
Yeah. How many times do you fill up?
Maybe once a week or so. If I'm doing, maybe not once a week.
Well, you have a far commute coming up.
Mm-hmm. And some of my jobs in the past have been kind of farther. I would say maybe once a week. That's like been my benchmark in my head for the longest time.
$200.
It's about $40 every time I fill it up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna call it $175. Okay, $175 for gas. I'm gonna give you a new grocery bill. Hold her to it, boyfriend. You guys can combine them.
He does usually pay more on the groceries.
Either way, I don't care. You cannot spend personally more than $300.
I do just want to bring up, so he didn't, just because I don't want it to seem like he's like come into my life as like an angel to like save me. So we've been together for a long time and he only just got this new job less than a year ago. Before this job, he had gotten let go from his IT company that he had been with for a long time. And he was without a job for like 4 or 5 months. And at that time I was the one in the better position and I was able to pay more for him. So he really is just like getting me back for that time in our past. So it really isn't like he's just like paying for everything, really like out of like the kindness of his heart, 100%.
Okay. And are you on your parents' health insurance?
Mm-hmm.
Good. What's your car insurance?
Oh my gosh. It's like, it just got raised to like $260 or $270. It's ridiculous.
Yikes. And your debt is $497 minimum monthly payments a month. For the two
Say
credit
that
cards.
again. For two of them.
Your debts are $497 for both credit cards and your car on a monthly basis.
Okay.
And then you can have $100 for anything else for the house that you need to have.
Like toilet paper and stuff like that.
Stuff.
Okay.
All
so
right.
These are my total expenses. Yeah.
So your minimum monthly payments to survive, essentially. And I think you could actually cut back groceries and toilet paper spending because of the household situation. But what it would be here is about $1,882, meaning you have about $600 left.
And that's
on a monthly basis.
That's for saving and paying off cards.
It's no savings.
No saving.
No savings. You're not saving anything now. You're putting money in savings, but you're taking it all out.
I thought it was a goal to start saving, though.
I would love you to start savings, but you have terrible debt right now.
So we're not worrying about
disgusting.
saving until the debt is gone. Then we'll worry about saving. Okay.
You don't have... So, actually, okay, fine. We'll start there. With your savings, you had $312 left.
With my savings, I have $312 left.
Savings, yeah.
My savings account.
Keep that in there. Don't touch it. Have everything just go to your checking account now.
Okay.
Just do that. Stop overcomplicating it. Keep that in your savings. For this first month, what I would do, and I'm allowing that $300 for groceries, $100 for toilet paper type stuff. Cut it back as much as you can. Go crazy for a little bit and make sure that your life can be better. But that's what it's going to be, and you're going to have about $600 to put towards stuff.
Okay.
Turn that into $700, turn that into $800. That's great. Drive Uber Eats after work. That's great. Make more money, all that. But we're just going to go off the $600 for now. So for the next month, because of where your living expenses are, once you start this job, of course, we're putting the extra $600 in that savings account as well. Mm-hmm. Now it's $900, just over $900. You do that one more time. So we're 2 months in. We just finished the second month. And then you have about $1,500 in a savings account. Just leave that there. Let that be what's starting. Because you can if for some reason something goes crazy, you can kind of take care of your stuff for a month while you look for another job or something to drive Uber Eats, stuff like that.
The job was referenced to me by a friend who has worked there for a couple of years, so I don't think it's going to be one of the jobs that.
Okay, well, either way, if anything bad happens, you have $1,500, which is okay for maybe a month of your situation, a few weeks. So that's the end of month 2. Start of month 3. Now we're putting towards the Amazon card.
I won't be putting towards it for 3 months.
Just 2 months. You're putting all that extra money again in the savings account for 2 months.
Okay.
So you have $1,500 out. Starting month number 3, $600 to Amazon.
Okay.
Starting month number 4, $240 to Amazon. It's paid off. Then the rest that was left over gets put towards the Discover card. Mm. And by the way, you're not spending any money on these cards anymore. Cancel your subscriptions. It's stupid. No more stupid. We're smart now. So, and we're also just not spending money on fun. He can spend money on fun, whatever. I don't care. I hope it's not any kind of enablement, but you are not spending money anymore on anything other than groceries and rent and gas and utilities and toilet paper, your debt minimum monthly payments, and your car insurance.
Okay.
So 3.5 months from there, the Discover's gone. So what are we, like 6 months in, something like that? I kind of lost track of the months. We're 6-7 months in. Discover card's gone. Amazon card's gone. Chop up your credit cards now. Don't open your credit cards then. You have no more credit card debt, and you never will again.
This is going to be written down, right? Because I'm a little fuzzy on the specific numbers on how the Discover card's going to be gone in 6 or 7 months.
Well, so what happens is once you pay your Amazon card after a couple months, of course, a couple months of savings, a couple months to pay off the Amazon card, month and a half to pay off the Amazon card, then you're putting that extra $600 that you have every month towards the Discover card. And with that, 3.5 months, it will be paid off.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I'm still going to get it written down though, right?
Okay.
I just, it's hard for me to keep a hold on all the numbers in my head.
With the little extra that you put over from the Amazon card, with the Discover card, you'll have like $2,100 left, $2,000 left, something like that. At that point, putting the $600 towards it on a monthly basis with a $2,000 balance, it'll be paid off.
Okay, I see.
Then it depends what your car situation is. I don't know. Maybe you do trade it down. Make sure you're getting a good value for it. You'll probably be getting into car debt because you don't have it. Will it be under you? Will it be under your dad? Does your dad pay for it? I don't know. But either way, if you're in that situation where you have car debt of like $6,000, $7,000, whatever, this extra money that you have, which will be a little better now because you no longer have the credit card minimum monthly payments. It'll be like $600, $700, $800 now, something around there. You're putting that towards your car payment every single month extra.
So I should be paying more than the $312 payment?
After your credit cards are gone.
Does that make the interest rate go down if I pay more of it?
You're attacking the principal more. So, I mean, it doesn't impact the interest rate, but it impacts your overall balance. And, of course, when you pay this off sooner anyway, there won't be anything for the interest to attack.
Okay, cool. So you think it would be smarter to just go ahead and keep this car since it's a
It depends what you can get. And it depends what that loan situation is that you're talking about. Since I don't have the full details, it's really hard for me to say. Either way, without the minimum monthly payments on your credit cards, the full $800 extra, it'll still take a year and a half almost to pay off the car. So you need to work odd jobs throughout this thing. You need to increase your income. You need to decrease what you're spending on groceries and toilet paper and all this stuff.
I think that can happen.
It needs to happen. Because this whole situation now we're talking 2.5 years. Because the income that you have is pretty limited for the area, even with your great rent.
I don't think it'll stay that low too once we move into a different situation in October.
Well, you got to figure that out. Maybe you can't. Maybe you can't.
It should just go up no more than $200 for for my portion.
Yeah, but then you're immediately going down from $600 to $400, and it's extending this in terms of your extra money. It's extending this thing. I don't think you can afford it. I don't think you can afford it. In fact, you cannot afford it. You can't. Because you're not paying off your debt. You have these debts, and all of a sudden that situation is going to stretch like till 5 years. Maybe until you're 30.
Just the extra $200 a month for rent?
Depending what you're doing, because you don't have much money to work with right now. And if you already take away a massive percentage of the extra money you have, which a $200 extra payment is a massive percentage of the $600 you have left, it decreases the amount of push you can do into this debt.
But I thought by 6 or 7 months from now, you said both of the cards would be gone.
That's if you go crazy, and I hope you do.
I'm willing to do that.
You better. Okay, but even then, with the car situation, if it is where it is now, instead of $800 extra, you have $600 extra. It's going to take 2 years, 2.5 years. Do you want to be going crazy, not being able to spend a single cent on fun of your own money for that long?
It's just the situation with the 5 roommates is tough.
Sure.
So that's why
sacrifice for the rest of your life. You're 22 years old. You'll be okay.
I'll be okay.
We all live in weird situations in our young 20s. It's kind of the exciting, weird part of your life where you get to do the slum situation almost.
I'm waiting for it to get exciting.
I did it. When you look back, it'll be like, I did this, I sacrificed this so that where I am right now could be possible. Instead of you looking back and I could have sacrificed a little more, but because I didn't, I'm still paying off my car.
I suppose I always feel like that. I could have sacrificed a little more.
Yeah. So sacrifice more now, because right now has been, eventually. All this also goes a lot quicker again if you just drive Uber Eats every single day. Never see your boyfriend anymore. Because you're working.
We live together.
Yeah. No, you won't see him unless you're sleeping.
Okay, cool.
That's if you go crazy. If not, this is going to be a multi-year process.
I can
trade down the car potentially. We'll see.
I can definitely drive more.
Yeah, you have to. Or get a second job. Barista. Something like that.
I guess I still technically have my Tiff Streets job. I could ask them to schedule me if they have shifts available.
It's kind of a scary situation. The fact is your credit card debt's not insane compared to most people. Your car debt's not insane compared to most people. But your income situation for the area is low. Your rent's going to go up. And a lot of things are being taken care of for you. Nothing's for certain. There is no savings. It's a sketchy situation. I'm nervous for you. But if you truly buckle down now, work your butt off, sacrifice your living situation maybe for another year, you can get out of the situation. Maybe trade down your car. I don't know what that situation looks like. You need to become more informed on that so you can understand what you're actually getting into. Either way, I see this being like a 2-year thing, even in the best case scenario, starting from now.
And the last year of it is mostly just the car.
The car is going to be the big chunk.
I guess I never
even
thought
if you trade down.
I never thought of a car. I don't know if it's a car loan that I have or a car having it financed. I never really thought of that as debt for some reason.
It's 11% interest. So even if you're investing that in the S&P 500, historically making 10%, just over 10% interest historically, this will have still beaten it. So you'd be getting a negative return holding this car debt instead of investing. So we pay this off. Okay. And then at that point in a couple or multiple years from now, depending on how you do it, hopefully the sacrifice way, that's when you start investing minimum 20% of your post-tax income into different forms of retirement.
Okay.
But there's no point of even talking about that now.
I think my boyfriend probably is more informed about that sort of thing anyways.
He can help. And I'm hoping y'all's relationship continues to be great, that you get married. Thanks. But clean this crap up because you also have to take care of yourself right now. It's time to grow up. I want to know from your perspective, hearing what I said, but also knowing your life and being realistic with me in the audience, what will you actually do walking out of here?
Well, the big part of it for me, like I said, is my boyfriend is like gonna watch this and he is going to hold me to it. I already am at a point, it's kind of embarrassing. I have to ask him before I spend any money on my card. That's just like the situation that we've worked out that works for us, because he knows that I like to spend money on stupid So I have to call him and be like, hey babe, can I buy this thing? And he's like, he actually has started saying, he'd be like, what would Caleb say? I'd be like, Caleb would say it's stupid, and so I won't buy it. I actually got a library card instead of buying books, because a lot of the Amazon purchases were books.
Okay.
So I am willing to make changes, and walking out of this, I don't think I'll be happy about everything that I have to do.
No, but it's not about that.
But I can confidently say that with my boyfriend's help, by 24, this should be gone. I think so.
All right. Well, we'll check in like 6 months.
You check in with people?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Here and there, depending if people want to.
Oh my gosh, a reunion.
So we'll check in. We'll see if you're making progress. If not, I'll be very mad. If you are, then I'll be very happy, because I'm rooting for you.
If I ghost your email, you know why.
Cheers. Okay. Any final thoughts?
I don't think so.
For Taylor, not a great financial situation. There's a lot going wrong, and I'm nervous about the sacrifice that will be required for a long time to get there. So obviously it's not going to be a great Hammer financial score now, but I am rooting for her, and I hope she actually sticks to her word, and we'll check up in like 6 months, and then she'll be in a better place. We'll see. The credit card debt should be gone by that checkup, so let's see. But for right now, Hammer financial score, there's nothing really going for it, so it has to be 0 out of 10. There's nothing to give a point to. So check out all the things in the description below, like the resources I've provided, and also don't forget to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Thanks.